Hey guys, happy Saturday, happy Labor Day weekend. I am making one of our family favorites, our no-bake granola bars, and they are pretty great. They really don't take many ingredients and they're really easy to make. So what I have done so far is I have a, would you care to be my assistant?
Sure.
Okay, after you're done licking that container of honey.
And peanut butter.
And peanut butter? Okay, so what we have so far is a cup of peanut butter, a half a cup of honey, and a half a cup of coconut oil. You gonna bring the camera over here for me?
Sure. Assistant helper.
So, all we have...
No, I gotta switch this thing.
Isabel, you need lessons.
I know.
Okay, so this is the 1 cup of peanut butter, the half a cup of honey, and half a cup of coconut oil. I have this on medium heat, and really what we're doing, okay, that's good. Whoa, slow down with that. So really what we're doing
I
is...
think I need some lessons.
Okay, we'll send you to college for that? Filmmaking? Okay, Isabel. So all we're doing with this is just liquefying it.
I don't know the word.
So basically just getting it to a liquid state, and mostly the peanut butter, getting that to be more of a liquid, and then of course mixing it in with the coconut oil and the honey. And you have to make sure that you stir this quite frequently, otherwise it will burn. Also, you do not want it at a very high temperature, so medium or lower. And when it starts to bubble, that means it's too high, but this is pretty much good here. Essentially, you're just getting it to mix. You're getting it mixed well, the coconut oil, honey, and peanut butter. Okay, so we've got this. I think this is good, so I'm gonna go ahead and shut it off, and we'll come back over here to the station. So this is 2.5 cups of oats. This is a cup of peanut butter.
Wait,
this is a cup of coconut oil.
It's coconut.
Shredded coconut.
It's coconut.
It's
shredded coconut.
It's shredded coconut. Okay, so what we're gonna do is just, okay. We are going to pour the oats right in and stir as you mix. Stir as you pour.
Mom, you can
Okay, Belle, that's good. That's good. I may just do it on my own next time. Anyway, you're gonna stir that in, and then you're going to, actually you've been very helpful. And then you're also going to stir in the cup of coconut. So if you're not a coconut fan, obviously you can leave that out. But this is actually just gonna add some more, a little sweetness to it. And then we do have a 1/4 of a cup of mini chocolate chips. And you can choose to stir, well, we did have a 1/4 of a cup of mini chocolate chips.
I thought they were mine.
No, they're not for you. You can stir them in. Obviously, you can just stir them right in with this. But I like to add them on afterwards so that they're evenly distributed. So that everybody gets their piece of the chocolate chip. Can you bring over a casserole dish, please? So here we have a
tater tot casserole.
tater tot casserole dish. A 9 by 13 glass dish. Can you lay that down? You do not need to, there's no need to spray this because it does not stick. So you're just gonna flatten it out in this pan. And then we're just gonna sprinkle on the chocolate chips. Again, we're just gonna sprinkle them on so that there's evenly distributed. Once these are all in the pan and you have them, okay, she's gonna flatten it out for me there. Once you have them in the pan, you're gonna put them in the fridge for about 2 hours so they set up firmly. Then you can divide them into, you can cut them up and you can put them into Ziploc bags. You could wrap them in foil or saran wrap. I like to have them pre-portioned like that so that they are just easy to grab and go. And
I have to have them after school.
I was just gonna say, how often do you think you eat these?
Every day.
Probably every day. And how often would Dad, do you say, eat these?
Every day.
Every day. It's pretty much come home, have
a bar.
And that's also kind of like, what is your other go-to snack after school, or actually just kind of in the evening? What's your evening snack? Before bed, usually?
Shakeology.
Shakeology. What's your fave?
Cafe latte.
Cafe latte. How do you like?
And vegan vanilla and regular vanilla and regular cafe latte.
So you just kind of like them all?
Yeah, I don't like greenberry.
Not many
that much strawberry.
Right. Okay. So what I've done here is just gone ahead and flatten them into the pan like this.
I did some.
And then what's that?
I did some.
You did too. We flattened them into the pan. We flattened them into the pan, and now I'm just gonna sprinkle them over. You want to do that?
Yeah.
We are just sprinkling them on the dish here. Oh, you can go for it. Go get after it. Just
Okay.
yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
And also, I like to just pat the chocolate chips down in there so that they don't come loose when I'm cutting them. Come on, girl, get those on there. Go like this. Just that's it. Okay, too bad we can't speed this up a little more. I do appreciate the helpers. Okay, so again, I'm just going to just like slap them in there so that when I cut them, then they are gonna stay put. So the reason why I like this recipe is because a lot of times people say,
chocolate chips.
and because you get to eat chocolate chips, a lot of times people will say, hey, what kind of bar do you recommend? Or, you know, I need some kind of snack that I can just have ready to go that doesn't need to be refrigerated. Although I do keep these in the refrigerator so that they stay fresher longer, and because they're going to melt, like the chocolate chips are going to melt, so it's a good idea to keep them in the fridge. You can definitely keep them in your desk drawer, probably not your car because it's going to be hot, and they're going to melt, and you can lick the spoon if you'd like.
Yay.
So again, these are going to stay in the fridge for 2 hours, so they just kind of set firm. Then you're going to divide them up. I have not counted how many we get out of here, but this is a pretty big dish. It's a 9 by 13. I can post the recipe here in the comments, over 20. And I honestly am not sure of the calorie count or any of those type of things because I don't count calories, but it is made of oats, peanut butter, pure unfiltered honey, raw coconut oil, not that kind,
Coconut.
not that kind, this kind.
Oh, I did make
Unsweetened, yes, we had a little bit of that. Unsweetened coconut flakes. And
everybody's favorite chocolate chips.
yes, and some chocolate chips. So in my opinion, that's not something that we really need to count and worry about how many calories and fats and all that stuff because the ingredients are pure. And if you know me, ingredients are what's #1 important to me. So this is the type of bar that I recommend. And I guess, how long did that take us?
5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we could see how long this video is, but not long at all. So this is definitely worth your time to make because they're awesomely yummy.
And you get to lick out the pan.
And you get to lick out the pan.
And they're so yummy even when they're not cold.
And they're so yummy. Okay, guys, leave me a comment if you try this recipe or if you have another awesome no-bake, well, it doesn't have to be no-bake, granola bar, homemade granola bar, really, recipe. And what else are we going to say? That's it?
I like chocolate chips.
Have a good Labor Day weekend.
I like chocolate chips.
See y'all. Be
And
safe.
coconut.
Be safe.